He wants to transform Twitter as a platform for free speech around the globe. Yeah, that's a problem with Twitter. No one can say what they think. They're holding back.
He now owns SpaceX and Twitter. It's like Musk is thinking, I've seen the heavens, now on to hell.
I honestly don't know why Elon would want to own Twitter, all right? It just doesn't seem like a fun place to supervise right now. You know, it's like buying Jurassic Park after the power went down and the cages are opened.
That's just some of the fun people are having about Elon Musk buying Twitter for that whopping price tag of $44 billion, the largest buyout to take a company private in 20 years. And naturally, people are weighing in on Twitter. Musk has been making this hard push that the whole plan here is about his altruistic goals to help free speech around the world, which has led some to mock him, noting that he previously talked about ending world hunger, something he has not spent nearly as much money on and is now just, buying part of Twitter instead. It is certainly possible to run a profitable business and help the world. As we've noted before, Musk is doing that with Tesla, a wildly successful, valuable company that helps the environment. But few billionaires seriously claim their business projects are motivated by charity. And if Twitter is returned to wide and open free speech, that would make it something like a neutral ground, like a street or park where anyone can peacefully protest and walk down the middle of the street and say what they want. But the reactions pouring in seem to assume that Musk is not just going for neutrality, that he's welcoming something else. Indeed, there's emotional and political excitement that Trump could come back on the platform and use it as part of his rebound. He claims he won't, but he was kicked off forcibly, and he did used to use it to great effect. While over at Fox, they have been salivating over this and are now happy with the outcome.
Elon Musk believes in free speech.
It's in Elon Musk's hands. Can you believe it? Now, he literally had to come up with $44 billion to make a stand for free speech.
The idea there is using the term free speech to convey something other than just its original meaning. And Musk is in on this type of rhetoric. He's not just defending abstract values of free speech. He has been baiting and trolling people. He did it again today, tweeting this triumphant statement that the extreme reaction from those who fear free speech says it all. He's referring to the reaction to him buying Twitter. Now, let's listen to this very smart marketer and think about what he's doing, because that brief, catchy, retweetable statement positions Elon Musk as a self-anointed principled defender of free speech, and that he, and he alone, is fighting off these fearful, unprincipled critics. What a great narrative for him. Certainly better than skepticism of the world's richest person consolidating more power, or facing the harder questions about how to respect free speech, which is good, and competing values that also matter, like, say, safety, or in some cases, privacy. Does Elon Musk know about those trade-offs? Yeah. Musk himself sought to stop or censor a Twitter account that was posting about his private plane travel. He was concerned, apparently, about safety and privacy. And he may have had a valid point, although a free speech absolutist might argue that any such speech or words about his plane, which did not break a law, would have to be allowed. He didn't think so then, and he didn't have this power yet then. Musk got where he is by taking risks, pursuing profits, and building power. Nothing about his record suggests that he is now making the largest business purchase of his life as a sudden veering turnoff into just pursuing charity. Those goals I mentioned animate his work, and that's perfectly legal and fine. But I got to tell you, it has been remarkable to see so many self-proclaimed free market conservatives swallow Musk's claim that his business will now just prioritize anti-business principles or some sort of academic speech agenda above profits and the pressures of running this giant company. Now, he may be more free speech oriented than Twitter's current leadership when it aligns with Musk's profits. And Twitter's recent leadership has been very inconsistent. We've talked about that on the program as well. But let's be real. Most social media companies have continually put profits above users, who are treated more like a product And many have put profits above democracy and then claimed to course correct only when the pressure's heavy enough. Well, as a private company, Musk's Twitter will be even less subject to public pressure. And then there's the money. Remember, Twitter still loses money every year. Its value is wrapped up in its influence and potential future profits, not its current framework. There is very little evidence that Musk intends to manage this company's finances as a status quo that loses money, or loses more money next year than it did before. So what does it all mean? Well, billionaires are consolidating more control over the economy, over the government, and over the flow of information more than any point in history. We can measure that. Some billionaires are doing all of that and then getting millions of people to root them on as also just automatic defenders of the people. But it is worth being careful when you find someone whose life is devoted to profit suddenly telling you they're now devoting everything to being an altruist, to just defending free speech principles. That's their whole new bag. Can a new owner make Twitter more profitable while improving its social impact? Sure. As I mentioned, Musk has done some of that at Tesla. Will a new owner put social impact and First Amendment principles above profits? Well, I'd say don't bet on it or buy stock on that pitch, but you can't. Because for all of Musk's talk about further empowering people, well, he just spent his money to shut people out of owning any piece of Twitter. It's all up to him now, not you. And remember, he's doing this all for you.